My chosen protozoan was on hermit crabs, so we're going to explore anything and everything that describes them. So, an introduction to hermit crabs. Some aliases for the species that it can be known for is its common name, which is just the hermit crab, and as well as its scientific name, which can be described as Paragardia. The hermit crab is a very interesting creature, and it belongs to kingdom Animalia, and it is known for its ability to inhabit vacant shells and repurpose them as shields. Unlike other crabs, hermit crabs have soft, vulnerable abdomens, and they use the shells to shield themselves from any predators or dangers that are a part of their environment. These crustaceans are often found alongside the beach or within the sea, where they search for food and other resources. Among their interesting characteristics, hermit crabs are also curious creatures and impressive survivors in their marine habitats. Hermit crabs typically use their claws to eat food and remove contents from inside mussels or clams. They will also gnaw on the edges of the mussels, to make it more manageable to obtain their food. And luckily, their claws are multi-purpose and allow them to capture fish and smaller prey. And they can also use this to tear off greenery from algae or other plants that they find at the bottom of the sea. Just like most other animals in the food chain, hermit crabs act as both prey and predators. So, hermit crabs have a very large palate, and because they are omnivores, and this means that they can feed on both plants and animals, including seaweed, algae, crustaceans, mollusks, and these do fall victim to them, unfortunately. However, due to their small stature and their semi-vulnerable position, because they need a shell for protection, they have quite a few enemies. These include seagulls, large fish, octopus, other birds, true crabs, which that just means crabs that don't have to use shells for protection. Hermit crabs can be found in various locations, both terrestrial and marine. They need water within the area so their bodies can remain hydrated and moist. So that does provide complications regarding terrestrial. They're usually in smaller, compact areas for hiding from predators, and within marshes and coastal environments, they hide underneath greenery and foliage, and they often live along the sea floor in sandy or muddy areas. This slide is just to show where a lot of them can be found. They're typically found along the coast, obviously, and in smaller islands, and there are numerous species that inhabit different areas, and that also has given the names of their species. So yes, this is just the dispersal of hermit. This depicts the taxa of hermit crabs. So obviously they start in kingdom Animalia, which can be described as eukaryotic, multicellular, and heterotrophic, and lack a cell wall. And then their phylum is Arthropoda, which is something that we covered in lab actually. It's segmented and jointed appendages, and dorsal ganglia, and a ventral nerve cord. And then their class is Crustacea, which is segmented bodies, exoskeleton, jointed limbs, and 2 pairs of antennae, biatomous limbs, and compound eyes. And they typically live in aquatic environments. And then their order is Decapoda, which is 5 pairs of legs attached to the thorax. And this would include lobsters, crabs, crawfish, and shrimp and prawns. And then their family is Paragate and Soenobitidae. And that just separates them into deep sea and more shallow water hermit crabs. And then the one that I was studying was Paragodia, which is ones that are found along the shore typically. Hermit crabs have evolved with numerous morphological changes that date back as far as the Cretaceous period. And so during these Jurassic times, basal paragoids, which is a family taxon of hermit crabs, had cylindrical carapaces, and this outcompeted the other species that didn't have cylindrical carapaces. However, as time progressed, this began to shift, and the other species became more dominant. Looking at the image at the bottom, you can see that the branchial grove has undergone branchial condensation, which means that it's just retracted and has become smaller as a result of time and numerous other factors. And the condensation has grown towards the cervical grove, which is in the center of the hermit crab's abdomen. So, and then the image on the top shows the reduction of the rostral length, which can be seen as time progresses. And these are my sources. Thank you.